Hi guys, this is my handsome husband, Thomas.
and and this is my gorgeous wife, Marina.
We are back. We're gonna talk to you guys about how we met and the struggle that we went through.
Yeah, the struggle was real. You know, moving in together. You started, and then
Yeah. So, like we were saying last week, that Thomas and I met in 2008. We exchanged phone numbers. Thomas thought I was too ghetto for him.
right.
And we exchanged phone numbers. I went back to New York. Thomas never called me like he said he was going to. I came back few months later, and him and I got reconnected because of my cousin husband.
Right. That's right. He really helped us. He told me about giving her, not really giving her a second chance, but he just told me that she was coming back. So I make that effort. Went back and met her again, and I apologize um, for not calling, and she accepted it, and from there we just went on.
I accepted it because he felt held over heels in love with me.
Ah,
It
yeah.
was love at first sight
Uh
when
huh.
I came back.
Whatever you say.
It was love at first sight when I came back. Thomas just couldn't take his eyes off of me. I was the best thing Thomas had saw all
Oh
day.
yeah. Don't listen to her.
I really was. I was the best thing Thomas saw all day.
No. Yeah, she was. She was.
And we started dating.
Right.
We decided we were going to move in together. We moved in together August 9th. We got our first apartment together,
Yeah.
and that's when the struggle begins. We I was working at McDonald's at the time because I didn't know what career path I wanted to follow. I didn't know a lot of things, and
We
we
were young couple and naive and still learning.
yep,
So
and we started dating. We had nothing in the apartment. Thomas and I slept on the floor. We slept on the floor for many months until his friend of his gave him a twin mattress. Remember
yes,
that?
yes, and then yeah, he
His
brought.
friend of his gave him a twin mattress, and we started to sleep on the mattress.
All right.
During that time, during our struggle, we also realized we were also pregnant.
That's right.
But many days we didn't have food. We didn't have electricity. At
Yeah.
we found out we were pregnant, so we started saving some money so we can buy baby stuff. We wanted to buy a crib since we didn't have, ourselves a proper bed. We wanted to buy a baby crib.
Right.
So we started savings. We had $700, and
And we were saving in the house. We at the time we wasn't taking it to no bank or nothing. So it was in the
mhm,
house with us.
yeah, we had $700. Thomas was at work. The doorbell rang. It was the guy from Potomac Edison. The guy came and he said, "Ma'am, I am here to turn off your electricity. I just wanted to let you know because I just didn't want to turn it off. I figured I would knock on the door." He was actually being nice. I figured I would knock on the door and see if anybody was here to let them know. I call you.
Right, and she was crying on the phone. I thought something seriously happened. I was scared, like about to leave work. And she explained to me what happened. And I'm like, man, are you for real? The money we've been saving, we just gonna give it all? I mean, come on. So, but we we decide not to to pay. We decided not to pay our light bill, even though they said they were gonna cut it off
I
and
guess
turn
we
it
thought,
off.
you know, it was one of those things we thought the guy was one of those scammers
Right.
trying to scam from us. So we were like, we're not paying it. They said they're going to turn it off. Let them turn it off. And sure they did.
Yeah.
They turned the light off. That night, during the night, we had to use candles. We light some candles. We had to go to the bathroom with the candles. I had to take my shower with the candle. It was terrible. We had some food in the fridge that was about spoiling. So then we talked about it. We said we might as well pay the $700.
Right. Because we felt like we cannot be in America and living like that. I mean,
Yes, it was bad. It was really bad. So we paid the money. Our light came back on. During that time, I guess I don't know if it was stress that was doing the situation. I went back for my 7 months checkup at the doctor. It was that time they couldn't find a heartbeat. And before then I
before
went to
you
the
you were
hospital. I was at
you were
work.
at work and you start bleeding.
Before that happened, I was at work. And like I said, I used to work at the McDonald's, and as I was at work, I felt something run down my pants. So I went to the bathroom and I was bleeding. So I went to the emergency room, which was at Frederick Memorial Hospital. We went to the emergency room and they told me everything is okay. Just be careful. Nothing's wrong. Everything is fine. So I went home. When I got home, at that time I was like 7 months. So I'll go to the doctor now about 2 weeks. And if I'm right, I go every 2 weeks at this time. I went back to the doctor 2 weeks later. They couldn't find a heartbeat. So, and then it was on a.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think they send you home. They say to come. Was it the time they send you home when they couldn't find a heartbeat?
Yeah, they couldn't find a heartbeat. Then they
They say
told
you were
me
fine, or something like that.
they didn't have a bed for me. So I would have to go home and I would have to come back Monday. I would have to come back Monday so they can induce labor and get the baby out. And at that time I was so afraid. I kept thinking about was I am here with a dead baby in my stomach, and I didn't know what kind of complication I will face later on in life. I didn't know if it has already caused some damage to me. I didn't know how long the baby had been dead in my stomach. I didn't know anything. And for them to just send me home like that, I thought it was crazy.
It was crazy.
Because, you should at least kept me there. But they did not. And I tried my best to be strong.
Right. And when we got home, the whole time I kept felt feeling her stomach and asking her, "Is the baby moving?" And there was no movement, nothing. And that scares me too. I didn't even know if she was gonna make it in to the night. And that's something I never experienced before. So imagine young couple struggling and going through that. So the only hope we had was God. God was the only hope. You know, He's the one that led us through that. But
Yep. I knew if he saw me strong, he will be strong as well. I knew I had to be strong for both of us. I knew that's the only way he himself can get through it, because I could see he was afraid. I knew he was afraid. I knew. So we had made the decision not to tell any family members And I
Yeah.
was just going to go and do what they said, and then before we tell families, because at that point I didn't want family calling me here and there and stressing me out any more than I was.
Right. I mean.
So
Mhm.
we kept that secret. We kept that until we can go to the hospital. Only family that knew was the family that was close to us, which was his mom and his sister, was the family that was actually living around us, that was close, but everybody else did not know what was going on. We went to the hospital. We delivered the baby. Then the hospital told me that they couldn't keep the baby. So
We had to make another decision again on what to do.
yeah, so we we were shocked because we thought we just lost our baby. We're all we're trying to move from that, and then you telling us this. How are we supposed to cope with that? So anyway, we were discharged from the hospital. We had to go down East Street in Frederick and find a funeral home.
Right.
That was my first time ever being inside a funeral home to actually see what they actually do there.
Right.
So we went there. We made the decision to get the baby cremated.
Okay.
So I guess they contacted the hospital then, and that's how they got the baby.
I think they took care of it, huh?
Yeah.
They did. Hmm.
So,
Yeah, go ahead. So, but after all of that, you know, um, the parents, her parents, wasn't too happy about it, which I understand, because that was a dangerous situation and not letting them know about it. So they were mad at me, upset, at me for that, for not telling them that that was going on. It was. I don't care. I don't know how you want to say it's stupid, but in that time we were confused and we thought we were doing what was right, And plus, I didn't want her to stress her any more than what she was. So it was just we just put God first and everybody else is second.
yep.
Yeah, that's plain blank. That's how I can explain it. And when you do that, God will show you the right way and lead you in the right direction.
And the thing is, before we lost this baby, I had I don't know how some of you may call it, but sometimes God plays a certain dream into your sleep at night to reveal certain things to you.
Vision.
And it's like a vision that God plays to reveal certain things to you, to let you know that this is what about to happen and that you should take it seriously. I had this dream 3 nights in a row, and my dream was I was at work like I normally would be. But then this little girl came and took my hand. She said, I have to take you somewhere. I'm like, where are you taking me? So we opened the door. When we opened the door, this little old guy, I don't know who he was, but he had some suitcases that he was taking up the stairs. But every time it's like he going up the stairs, but he at the same exact spot. He's not leaving. It's like you can see that he's going up, but he doesn't reach his destination. He just keep going. So this little girl and myself walked past him. We went upstairs in like a little attic, and she was showing me all these pictures and all these things that I didn't know, and I kept asking her, why are you showing me all these things? And then as we were talking, she told me, I have to go. And I'm like, go where? What are you talking about? She said, I have to go. I just have to go. So I'm like, okay. So I got up and I explained the dream to my husband.
And the funny thing about it, the baby we lost, she was a girl. So, do you relate to the dream? In the dream or the vision, whatever you want to call it, that she had, it was God telling her something. So the child we lost was a girl, and the girl in the dream or vision was telling her that she have to go. So
Yep.
I mean,
I
that's
had this
powerful stuff.
I had this dream 3 nights in a row. People say that when you pregnant, you can see certain stuff. Believe that is true. When you're pregnant, most of my dreams really do come true, but it's the opposite. But when you're pregnant, it is accurate. It's not opposite anymore. When you're pregnant, it's actually accurate
Yeah.
because I had this dream 3 times and I did not understand what the dream was about. And every time I would get up, I would tell my husband, and we would just pray about it and would just let it go. So when that happened, we still didn't put two and two together because we were just, we didn't think about the dream anymore. We were just like, okay, this happened. I swear to you, I was losing my mind. I thought I was going crazy. I had all these people calling me because they thought I needed therapy. They thought I needed someone to talk to because the path I was going was bad. And I could tell that it was affecting my husband here because he was just confused. He didn't know at that point what to do anymore.
Yeah.
He didn't know I would go in the middle of the night. I would wait for him to go to sleep because I didn't want him to see me cry. I would go into the bathroom and I will play with the baby stuff and I would cry. And one night I went to bed.
It's okay.
And one night I went to bed and I had this dream. I was in an ice skating rink. And it's like I was struggling to skate and I couldn't do it. And this guy, all dressed in white, he took my hand and said, "Come, I will carry you." And he crossed me through the ice skating rink. When I got up, I told my husband. But again, I didn't know what that was about. But little did I know it was God's way of telling me that everything will be okay.
Yeah.
And up to this day, when I talk about this, I get chills because it's true. And it was God's way of telling me that this will be okay. This too will pass, and you guys will get through this. So as time goes by, little did I know, I started to gain my sense of reasoning again. I started to, focus back on my life, and I started to now focus on us.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we started this channel to encourage you guys,
Yeah. Every young couple out there.
to let you guys know that this is life. I don't know what stage of life you guys may be in now.
Right.
I don't know what you guys are going through at this moment, but it's going to get better if you believe.
Right.
It's going to get better. Like I said, people that know us, people that started this journey with us will tell you that this isn't easy. We came a long way. And if we can encourage one person tonight, that's what we want to do. This is why we want to start this channel.
Yeah.
We know it's starting off a little rocky, but not all good things come easily.
Yeah.
Every good thing that's supposed to be a blessing always start off rocky at the beginning.
At the beginning, yeah, that's a good point what she just made, because even from the beginning of our relationship, we used to argue every other day.
Mm-hmm.
Just argue about foolish stuff.
Anything.
Anything, jealous. I'm being jealous over her and all of that.
He will open my mail.
Mm-hmm.
When we get a mail, he will open my mail, and then what I used to tell you, that's my privacy.
Right, and I'll
You
be
don't
like,
go through my privacy. It was rough.
Yeah, it was all of that, but that was the rocky part. We got through it, but like she said, you have to go through this. I think once your relationship start that hard or rocky, it gets better. as time go by, it get better, and we have gotten better. We don't argue like that anymore. We love one another, compliment one another, and all of that. So we are not perfect. We're still learning each and every day. But like my wife said, we're just trying to encourage any young couples out there, you know, to not give up on their self, not to give up on life, and always put God first.
Mm-hmm.
Once you put Him first, you will see what God can do. We can testify to that.
You might think this is the end of your life. You might be going through something so simple, but it's so difficult for you to get out of. And you think this is it. You think that God has forgotten about you, but it's not so. Sometimes he used certain situation to bring you closer to him. He used certain situation to allow you to see, okay, this is the only person now I can turn to.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we're going to do this every every Tuesday night. We're tired. We are not a all nighter. We get up, we go to bed by 8 o'clock.
They call us the old couple.
We are in bed at 8 o'clock. Sometimes my friends call me after 9 o'clock and they be like, "I'm surprised you're still up," because we are in bed at that time. So as we get through this, we're gonna start introducing you guys to our family. We this other one right here want to peep into the live video already. So, well, this is our Princess Olivia. We going to start. Like I said, we'll see you back here every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. guys. Good night.
Good night.